The General of the Army Omar N. Bradley Chapter is a chapter of the Association of the United States Army, an organization that supports all aspects of national security while advancing the interest of today's Army. AUSA represents every American soldier by being the voice for the Army and support for the family. At the national level, AUSA is working on support for better pay for soldiers, making sure that promises made are promises kept. Recently, AUSA played a major role in assuring that the tuition assistance program, removed from the Department of the Defense budget, would be restored by legislation passed by Congress. The strong voice is not only heard at the national level, but can also be heard here in the desert southwest of El Paso. The city of El Paso has a great love for soldiers and respects their commitment to serve our great nation. Together with its community partners, the Bradley Chapter is the primary organization in El Paso that helps the local community understand the challenges and culture of the Army. In the past year, the chapter contributed over $190,000 to units and organizations on Fort Bliss. Additionally, another $286,000 in goods and services was donated to support things like redeployment activities, unit organizational days, formals, and family programs at the unit level, but also at the installation as a whole. AUSA and its corporate members support deployment and redeployment activities. We provide support to units downrange through care packages and items needed by deployed units. Close to $20,000 was donated to support the Wounded Warrior program sponsored by the chapter. Family members of soldiers stationed at Fort Bliss benefit from the chapter's scholarship program. $1,000 scholarships are awarded to needy family members entering into college. Local area ROTC programs benefit from the chapter's generosity, with over $5,200 being donated to support both the University of Texas and El Paso Senior ROTC program, along with the 18 area high school JROTC programs. The support enables cadets to participate in the Army 10-miler, host a military ball, and provide trophies and medals for distinguished cadets. The chapter hosts a spring and fall job fair introducing soldiers leaving the Army and family members with job opportunities from over 100 different companies, many of which are Fortune 500 companies. As the go-to organization for the Army, the chapter serves on various committees and task forces that improve the quality of life for soldiers and their families, and supports the effort to maintain Fort Bliss as the premier installation in the Department of Defense. Some of these organizations include the Alliance for Regional Military Support, MOA, and the Greater El Paso Chamber of Commerce. In addition to presenting the Bradley Leadership Awards at the annual Omar Bradley Leadership Awards banquet, the chapter supports units by presenting plaques to soldiers recognized in the Soldier, NCO, the Quarter, and Year Awards. As a part of the chapter's commitment to the Army Community Covenant, signed here in El Paso in 2008, the chapter started the Bradley Strong program with the purpose of connecting the civilian community with units here on Fort Bliss. Corporate members of our chapter commit themselves to serve as guardians to units that are willing to participate in the program. The Bradley Strong Adopt a Fort Bliss Unit program does not involve a commitment of dollars. It only asks for a commitment of the heart and a willingness to build and maintain bridges between Fort Bliss and the El Paso community. Currently, over 52 corporate members participate in the program and have adopted battalion-sized units or larger as their adopted units. Guardians are asked to work with the command team and the FRGs to find the best ways to support soldiers and soldier families. Chapter membership over the last 18 months has close to tripled, giving us the largest membership numbers in the history of the chapter. Over 3,500 individuals are now members of the Bradley chapter, and we hope to double that number by this time next year. In addition, the chapter boasts a corporate membership of over 128 corporate members and growing. If the chapter wants to continue to support the efforts of AUSA at the national level, and provide a strong support locally for soldiers and family members stationed at Fort Bliss and the surrounding area, we need your help. Join us in being a strong voice for the Army. Help to support America's finest. We have many opportunities for individuals to help us in our effort by serving as volunteers in the chapter. If you are interested in joining or serving on a chapter committee, any chapter officer can help you with an application or will be able to answer your questions. Please take the opportunity to visit our chapter website or friend us on Facebook. As the chapter looks to the future, we know that we will continue to increase our membership and remain a strong voice for the Army in El Paso. The nation faces difficult times, and the budget will negatively impact our Army. The chapter is committed to continue to work with area politicians to assure that our soldiers and their families are being taken care of while they live and serve at Fort Bliss. We are looking at ways to work with community groups to assure that any shortfalls in services at Fort Bliss will be overcome by community support and services. The chapter is committed to working with area community leaders to improve the quality of our schools and improve greater opportunities for employment and assuring that the quality of life of our community improves so we can provide soldiers and their families with a place they can proudly call home. The General of the Army Omar N. Bradley chapter of AUSA is proud to serve those who serve. We will continue our 50-plus year tradition of taking care of soldiers in the active duty, Guard, and Reserve components, family members, Department of the Army civilians, and retirees. We promise to be the voice of the Army, not only at the national level, but here in El Paso, working hand in hand with members of Team Bliss, the home of Iron Soldiers, always forward, globally connected, expeditionary.